Ethereum is looking extremely bullish. We will take a look at a few different scenarios for this bullish run to continue and climb to extreme heights. This is a macro count on the weekly time frame. Here you can see cycle wave 1, 2, and then you have intermediate wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a primary wave 1. So this is a lower degree wave 1 of the cycle wave. So here wave 1 of the primary wave is complete, and now we have finished a W, X, Y into a second wave here for the primary wave. Here we are counting this as an impulse up to start the climb towards this primary wave 3, and in later stages the primary wave, the cycle wave 3, and then cycle wave 5. I mean, this is an extremely bullish count for Ethereum. And you can't really count this in a bearish way, because if you count this as a 1, you can clearly see that this is an ABC, but if you were to force an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in some way, this high is taking out that high, so that's an invalidation for Elliott Wave. So you can't really count this as a bearish count. It would be something like an ABC finished here, and then maybe a WXY something, and then a C wave up. But in either case, we're still looking for higher prices for Ethereum. And the recent price action, this is on a daily chart. You can see here that it is logical to have wave 5 here finished, because this counts very well as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse. Then we have a leading diagonal in wave A, ABC, into wave B, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an impulse in wave C. This count is assuming that the correction is over, and now we are starting an impulse up. Although this impulse doesn't really look like the biggest candidate for an impulse just yet, because we have the highest volume here in this candle, which is a telltale of a C wave. C waves usually end on a high volume, so we can't really give this the highest probability before we get a one more leg up here to finish this as an impulse, and then we need a correction down, and then we take off basically. This is extremely bullish, but we need a 5, the fifth wave here, to finish this impulse as I mentioned, and then we want a 3 wave correction down, and then we are going. So this scenario, basically same count, A, B, C, but this we are counting as a W, and here as a wave X, which can be any correction. And then we are looking for a wave Y. And since this correction hit the 70 here, and you see that we hit over 70 here, but mainly here, the 70, it's a very high possibility that this is more of a sideways correction, and a very much lower probability that it is a double zigzag of some sorts. A double zigzag would be W, X, and then Y, we're looking for way lower prices. But if this is a sideways correction, which has a very much higher probability when we touch the 70 fib, we are looking for either a flat or a triangle in wave Y, because in a sideways correction combination, wave Y can't be anything else than a flat or a triangle if wave W is a zigzag. So here we are looking for a wave X to finish, and then we are looking for wave Y, but after that we are going. This is the same extremely bullish count. So keep an eye on this. As I mentioned before, if it's an impulse, we want to see a correction, a 3 wave correction down, and then we are more confident that we are going. But still, this is a bullish count, same as the one before, just takes a bit longer. And here we have basically the same count, ABC here into wave A, B. The only difference here is that we are finishing on an impulse here for wave C. So wave C usually takes out the low here, but we can stop before if we have a running flat. And here wave B needs to take out at least the 90 fib for it to be a flat, a regular flat. But it's most common to have an expanding flat. So expanded flat, you can see here the targets. This is the green zone for an expanded flat. That's the most common flat structure. So this would be a very nice way as well to just A, B, fake out everyone, grab the liquidity, and then we go down to lower levels and then we go up. So, but this is also looking for higher prices afterwards. This is also a bullish count because we are correcting this and are looking for continuation. The bearish counts, we have two of them. So this is the highest probability bearish count. This is counted this as a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lower degree. There is no real issue with this count, except for that we ended wave 1 here on a higher amount of volume, which is very unusual for an impulse if we were to count it as an impulse. And also, this wave 1 and 2 of a lower degree is bigger than the 1 and 2 of a higher degree. So if I take the fib here, you can see that if I compare wave 1 with this wave 1, you can see that this wave 1 is way over 1-to-1 ratio for this. So that's not really what you want to see. It's not an invalidation or anything. It's just not something you want to see when you have a 1-2-1-2 scenario. It's not the most optimal, and also the volume is making it hard to give this the highest probability. And then the last scenario for a bearish count is this, an expanding diagonal, but that is the most uncommon structure there is in Elliott Wave. This is the only thing you use when everything else fails, and everything else hasn't failed yet, so we can't really resort to this yet. And this is, as I mentioned, is the most unusual structure. So yeah, everything is pointing towards bull at the moment. It's just a matter of time if we are finished here with the correction, if we are taking a little bit longer in this scenario, or if we're taking even a bit longer before faking everyone out and going down here and then like rocket, basically. Because I mean, this count is insanely bullish for Ethereum, but it's I can't really find any way else to count it. So yeah, it is what it is. It's looking bullish. That was it for me. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.